And it has been nearly 2 weeks since the historic flooding began across central Indiana.
We have heard from so many impacted Hoosiers. Today, though, we're also hearing from the National Weather Service office that issued all those warnings throughout this life-threatening situation. And Sean, you sat down with them to talk about it.
Yeah, I sat down with the senior forecaster over there. He's been doing this for about 30 years, similar to me. He's been here for about 20 years. That office in Indianapolis issued their very first flash flood emergency during this event. In fact, they issued 3 on August 12th. You rarely see their names and faces on TV. Trust me, their dedication to safety and servitude to our community is all over those warnings that the 13 weather team passes along to our viewers.
Exceptionally rare, and as you mentioned, obviously the focus for most of your viewers is the White River because of the way that tracks and comes down through Indianapolis. The Whitewater was the other river that was impacted. With the amount of rainfall that we saw, we knew that we were going to have water problems on the White as the week went on. Initially, we talk about flash flood warnings. The highest level of flash flood warning is a flash flood emergency. We save those for the rarest of events where we are concerned about life-threatening immediate flash flooding. We had never issued a flash flood emergency in our coverage area here at the Indianapolis office, and we issued several that day. And it was right in that zone, Madison, Delaware, Henry, because we were that concerned with the reports that we were receiving and with the amount of rainfall that fell. Obviously, though, as we went along, the Ohio River Forecast Center, which is over in Wilmington, Ohio, their responsibility is the forecasting of river levels using their model data with rainfall to kind of predict what the rivers are going to do. And they're doing that a couple times a day. They're in contact with our service hydrologist here. So even on Wednesday morning, we knew that there were going to be some substantial rises on the White River. I think as the day went on and certainly into Thursday, it became apparent that we were probably looking at levels that were either near record or that we had never seen. They either occurred back in 1913 or they had never occurred in the time that we had those gauges. And a lot of that data goes back into the late 1800s, early 1900s. So nobody had experienced anything like this. Obviously, this was a devastating event, but if there's a positive, at least from the hydro side that's going to come out of this, is we will be able to take all this data in the coming months and develop more detailed impact statements at some of the levels based on what we saw. But I think that's going to provide additional info for our partners, for the citizens, on what to expect when we reach certain levels on the rivers at various points.